Welcome, everyone. You've just stepped into a sacred space where purpose meets preparation, where we come together to strengthen not just skills, but spirit, character, and legacy. Here inside the Huddle in Mom's locker room of legacy, we go beyond the scoreboard. We speak life into vision. We nurture identity, fuel growth, and equip families with tools to thrive, on and off the field. This isn't just a workshop, it's a movement. A God-led playbook for legacy building, financial wisdom, emotional strength, and spiritual alignment. Disclaimer: the content provided in this video is for educational and inspirational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, financial, medical, or psychological advice. By watching this video, you voluntarily release moms, mothers of motivated sons. It had to happen, ETM, Dr. Erica Wilson, all facilitators, affiliates, and contributors from any and all liability. All content, including audio, video, graphics, presentations, workshop materials, and commentary, is the exclusive property of Moms and It Had to Happen, TM. Unauthorized reproduction, recording, distribution, or use of any portion of this content is strictly prohibited without express written consent. This video may contain copyrighted material not specifically authorized by the copyright owner. Such content is used under the provisions of the Fair Use Act for purposes such as education, commentary, and nonprofit awareness. We do not claim ownership of third-party content used under fair use. If you are the copyright owner and have concerns, please contact us directly for resolution. Thank you for supporting moms, mothers of motivated sons, where faith meets the field and legacy lives beyond the game. So lace up, lean in, and get ready to join the Huddle, where every voice matters, every journey is honored, and victory starts within. Let's go. Please be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, Mothers of Motivated Sons.
Welcome. Thank you all for coming in on tonight, getting inside the Huddle. We are ready on tonight. We're going to bring out the playbook. But before we do, let me go ahead and bring out the champions. First, we have the heavyweight champion, which is the entrepreneur champion, Miss Jasmine White. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
And then we have the mental health champion, Ebony. Stir up. I'm getting ready to call her White. Welcome.
Hello.
And then we have the heavyweight champion, Mr. First of all.
Yo. Let's go.
And then we have with her camera off, NFL mom, Miss Sandra Perryman. I don't know why she's not on camera, but okay, that's all right. However, tonight the topic is purpose in the process, balancing life, motherhood, and entrepreneurship. Let me tell y'all something. When you got Mr. and Mrs. First of all at the bottom, they get ready to clown on here, y'all. We get ready to bring out the playbook. Miss Jasmine's gonna bring out her playbook tonight, and we're gonna have a good time inside this workshop. So, Ebony, if you can you lead us in prayer, please?
Of course. Dear Heavenly Father, God, we thank you for this day, God. We thank you for another opportunity to drop these nuggets, God, that you have given us, imparted in us, that you want to share with your people, God. We thank you for allowing each and every individual to come onto this stream and get the wisdom and the knowledge that they need to be better individuals, Father God, and be better in their spaces with being a parent or an athlete or just living their lives, God. We just thank you for what you're going to do, God, when and tonight, Lord God, be with Jasmine as she gives the words that you have put into her spirit, Lord, to share. And we just thank you for it being a productive night. It is in your Son Jesus' name that we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Come on. Jasmine and bring that playbook on now. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready.
Yes. Well, welcome, everyone. What an amazing opportunity to be a part of this wonderful platform. One, thank you, Dr. Erica. Thank you to each and everybody that is a part of Moms, that's supporting the vision. I'm telling you, we're growing each and every day, each and every workshop. So tonight, as we dive into the purpose and the process, as we know, life literally is a process. Life is a process. Everything we go through is a part of our specific process. And we can only go through that. We can only go through the experiences that we have been given to go through. Because at the end of the day, in our process, we have to be able to grow and go through our own process, because it's building and developing us to help someone else through their own process also. And so I think it's really important. And a lot of times we may be like, God, why is this happening? Can I just go ahead and skip this part of life? God said, no, you got to be able to go through it. Because at that point, by you going through it, one, it makes you stronger. And two, it makes you be able to go through a lot more in life, because life has a lot in store. And so we have to be strong in the process of that. And with balancing life, motherhood, and entrepreneurship, when I tell you the second part of that is motherhood. First off, that's 2 jobs, 3 jobs on its own. And for all of my mothers out there, you already know, is they really need a whole company just called Moms Motherhood, because it's so much that moms have to go through and grow through. And I love to use both of those together. And with that, they have to kind of realize that, hey, I am a mom. Yes, I do have goals. I have ambitions. I have things that I want to do within my life. Yes, I do have kids, and my kids have goals and ambitions that they want in their life. So when we sit down, we have to think about, how can we balance all of that together for their lives, our lives, and then moving into entrepreneurship is what we'll dive into a little bit later in the topic. But what I can say, something that has helped me and something that I use within my business, and I call it PPE. So if you remember back in the pandemic, and we had the protective equipment that you have to wear, the mask, kind of keeping yourself protected. So I have my own PPE. So with that is pray, plan, execute. Powerful. Powerful. And the first one is pray. With that, in every decision that we make, we need to go before the Lord. And we need to ask him, hey, God, I need help. And a lot of times, sometimes it's just a cry for help. God, I need help. I don't know how to get through this situation. What am I supposed to do? I need your guidance. I need you to be able to tell me, what do I do? And I need you to lead me to the best decision. And so with that, now with God, he's not a God that's microwavable. And a lot of times in society, we want that God to be quick like that. And I definitely believe that God is a slow cooker type of God. He is. So I don't know, like, if you have experienced your parents cooking, and they may have cooked something in the slow cooker. As you notice, that's something that probably from the beginning of that morning until the end, when you get home, that meal will be ready. And to be and to be honest, I feel like sometimes God has us in that slow cooker sometimes. Because I do believe that he's molding and he's building us in the process of things. And that's why I said in the beginning, it's important that we don't skip things in our process, because he's getting us ready for what it is that our purpose would be. So we have to enjoy those processes. And so with the prayers, we have to be specific in our prayers. And we really have to say, okay, God, I need help with balancing motherhood. I need help with growing into entrepreneurship. I need help with my kids in general, with the things that they are going through, like dealing with their growth, dealing with the different activities they may be involved in. For the sports moms and fathers that are on tonight, the activities that they have to go through. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot on top of you already being a mother and the responsibilities that you have. Now you have to be prepared for what your kids have. So, whatever they may be involved in, you now have to make the time. So, a lot of people work. So, they have to commute to work, have to spend the 8 hours at work. Then they have to come home, get the kids ready, take them to practice, take them to eat, take them, kind of stay there with their practice for some. Some may drop off. But going through the process with that, you still got to go home. You still got to cook. We haven't taken baths. We haven't done any of the chores at home. And so we're still within a 24-hour period. And in that, it is so much. So to be honest with you, moms, tired. I can imagine at the end of the day, you're tired, because that's a lot to have to balance. But being able to put all that in the prayers of God, I have a lot on my plate. God, how can you help me? How can you help alleviate some of the tasks or responsibilities that I have in my day? God, send me help. Send me a village. Send me people that will be able to support me in this, because we can't do it all. Even though we try to do it all, we can't. We can't do it all, and we need people that are going to be able to support. So it's important to pray for those like-minded people, those divine people, for God to send in the midst of you needing help. And so with that, God, if it may be, God, I need you to provide more financial help. God, send the opportunities, open up the doors. God can open up doors that we will never be able to open up. Like we most time we probably already counted ourselves out of some opportunities. God already has in store what he wants for us. And one thing I can say, it can be one miracle, one call, one email that can change your whole life. And so with that, we have to continue to make sure that we are steadfast in our prayers. And then also affirming yourself after you have prayed and said, I am going to be a great mother. I am going to be able to do what I need to do for my kids. I will be strong. I will remain resilient. I will be able to make sure my kids will be okay. I am okay. Just being able to affirm yourself, speak life into yourself. That is one of the pieces in the pray aspect that will really help as you're waiting, just simply waiting for the prayers to be answered. And as I mentioned, sometimes it's just one. One miracle can happen. You may be praying, 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 say, God, please help. God, please help. And then boom, all of a sudden that help comes. All of a sudden that phone call comes. All of a sudden unexpected checks in the mail. All of a sudden just opportunities. Your kids may get a scholarship. It just may be whatever God has in store in that moment. He may send people to say, listen, what do you need help with? Oh, you need this. It's done, written off. Check here. Opportunity here. So we just don't know. But prayer is powerful as we are going through our life and we're balancing life, motherhood. And as I mentioned, entrepreneurship is coming soon with the topic. But as we're able to get that first P done, it helps to really prepare you for the next two P's. Because one, you've included God. And so once he's in the plan, there is a plan. So with that, Habakkuk 2:2 is one of my favorite scriptures. And it's write the vision and make it plain. And with that, writing down a lot of the tasks or goals, ambitions that we may have, and then taking it back to God and say, God, this is what I desire to do. This is what I feel led to do, Lord. Can you lead me where I need to go? Can you direct me in the right path? Can you give me the wisdom to be able to execute these abilities or these goals that you may have for me. And he will definitely lead you in that process. And as we move into the next P, it is preparation, is prepare. And so now you've already prayed. So you already got the groundwork. You've already built the house. You got the foundation to get ready to build the house. And when I tell you, if you think about it, when a house is built, you need to make sure that foundation is sturdy, is stable. Because if that foundation is weak, the house will crumble. And so you don't want that. And we have to think about that as we are balancing life and balancing motherhood, balancing our own daily lives for each and every person that is here tonight, man or woman. As we are balancing our own lives, we have to make sure that prayer aspect is strong. And also, too, people that you really trust, they are praying for you also. And sometimes they may be able to say a prayer that will be able to be so powerful in the midst of your own journeys. Because sometimes people go through things in life where it has taken all of their strength, it has taken all of their fight. And sometimes you need a prayer partner. Sometimes you need prayer partners with the S. Sometimes you need that to be able to just keep pushing forward. And with mothers, for sure, because a lot of mothers don't have support.
Right.
They don't. They're out there. They're single mothers. There may have been situations where they're widowed mothers. They're separated. Like, it's so many different walks of life that mothers have to go through. That on top of them being a mother, now I have to deal with my personal life. And for some people, that's overwhelming. And it's a lot. And I can say in my own journey, I've experienced that. I have. And I'm going to be very vulnerable and honest. I have. And so just being able to, one, start with this first P was to pray. I had to pray myself out of a lot of things. And thank God for his strength. Thank God for his love. Thank God for his forgiveness. Thank God for his direction, his wisdom, to be able to help me, to be able to help other people by sharing my own journeys and own processes. And it may be people you may meet out. You may not even know the person. And you might be able to share something that could be just what they needed to hear for that day. You just never know. And so as we're moving into the preparation part, with that preparation, writing down what you want to achieve. So if it's okay for mothers, if you say, I want to be able to find my son an amazing college that has a wonderful sports program. Okay, so what are the steps to do that? Okay, so one, we need to research what schools. What are those schools? What are those schools that are really noted for the amazing sports programs? If it's a way for you maybe to meet some of the coaches or meet some of the administrators that are there at the school, or even in colleges, if you can go to the athletic directors or different people to kind of gain more information about the programs. Even if it's on doing your own research, watching videos, YouTube, TikTok, all of those places out there have research that you can check into. And then it may be somebody that you may meet or someone you may know that may be able to have some information that could help you be able to kind of narrow decisions down as you are researching different schools. And this is just an example. And so for another example, for a mother, she may want to go back to school. Okay, so what does that look like? All right. She needs to research what is it that she wants to go back to school for. So just say if it's business. Okay, so what schools have notable business programs? Okay, so what does their graduation rate look like? Okay, how much is the school? So as you're sitting down and you're looking, you're setting goals. And for me, I'm a goal success coach. So I'm big on that. I'm big on sitting down, and I try not to look directly at the big goal. I try to take it down into small, measurable steps and taking it day by day. Because if you look at things as a big picture, it's overwhelming. And it's a lot, especially you already have a lot on your plate. And so being able to write it down, like when I tell y'all, I have a notebook and I write everything. If I know I want to do something with the business, I'm writing it down. If I know I want to do something with my child and helping her to reach the goals and achievements that she needs.
All right, all right. Please excuse us. I think Jasmine is having some technical difficulties, but as you can hear, oh, you back? Can you
I'm
hear
back.
us?
You hear me?
Okay.
Okay, good. My apologies. I didn't even know we had that happening. Okay, so with that, you want to be able to make sure that you have those small, measurable steps down as you're breaking down that bigger goal. And this is in your preparation stage. And so, for example, there may be a mother that needs to purchase a car. Okay, what does that look like? First, we need to know, what does credit look like? What does your credit look like? What type of car are you looking to purchase? How much is that car? All right. Do you know of any dealerships that may be having specials? Because I know at the end of the year, from what I heard, a lot of dealerships have like going end of the year specials. Around some of the holidays, they may have holiday specials. So you may want to look into different things, also checking into warranties. So look at kind of taking the goal into small measurable steps will help you to achieve that bigger goal. And that's in your preparation stage as you're trying to balance your life and motherhood. And as we enter into entrepreneurship, that is a huge goal, because with that, with entrepreneurship, you're setting yourself up for generational wealth, to leave a legacy, and then be able to have that residual income also. But the biggest part is to make an impact. And so I think I tell everybody, be a business owner. Because it's an amazing feeling to be able to be impactful to the people here in the world, because a lot of people need to have that guidance. They need to know of your expertise. And so for myself, I'm really good with goal setting. So I'm amazing. I love to talk to people about goal setting. I love to talk to mothers about really renewing yourself as a mother, and then getting yourself to a place where you feel amazing to be an amazing mother. So that means self is being evaluated so we can get ourselves where we need to go. And so your expertise or something that you're really good at or a passion can be a door into entrepreneurship. And as you are doing that, because I'm telling you, people will pay for what you're offering. Sometimes we just have to put ourselves out there to receive that. And so a lot of times you may not even realize, oh man, I've been doing this for years. know, I've been giving good advice for years. Life coach. I've been cooking amazing meals. Chef, caterer. I've been making amazing dresses. Designer, fashion designer. So it's different ways, and those were just examples, but it's different ways that you can hone into your skill for entrepreneurship. But of course, there are different steps that you have to follow for that. So you have to think about, okay, do I want this to be a for-profit or a nonprofit? You have to kind of take things into steps to see, okay, what type of impact do I want to make in this world? What is the problem that I want to solve? Is so important. And that would be, and I don't want to give all everything for the entrepreneur side, but when I tell you, if you can identify a problem, there's your business. And you can identify that problem and have solutions to be able to help your target audience. That's another part. You need to figure out who you want to help. Is it everybody? Is it moms? Is it sports dads? Is it athletes? You have to decide who you want to be able to help with the problem you are able to solve. So that is something to think about. And then get you a really amazing, like structured system So is it coaching? Is it online workshops? Is it virtual classes? What is it that you will be really good in providing as a service? Is it something that is more tangible? Like, can you create a product that can sell? Like, just say in the supermarkets, are there products that you can sell, or go to the different supermarkets and see your product in the stores? Like, what is it? So I feel like we all have unique talents. And that's all a part of the process. And as you are growing and glowing, as I like to say, you will learn what those things are that you may be really good at, that you may have a passion for. I love helping people. I get stopped 10 million times a day. Somebody's asking me something. And I'm like, okay, let me see. How can I tell you this? Now, one thing, if you know me, you know me. If I don't know, oh, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. And so being able to just know in that process, and that takes time, because one, you have to self-reflect sometimes. You have to sit by yourself, learn yourself, like yourself. That is huge, because I notice like a lot of people, they don't like having that self-time. They don't like having that self-time. And sometimes you have to have that self-time. And for moms, I can say sometimes that's tough, because you have a lot to do. But one thing I can say, when them kids go to bed, 5 minutes at least. And I know that's tough, because I know we knocked out. But sometimes we may have to sacrifice a little sleep, because we need to really get into purpose. I do not believe we're here on this earth just to be here. Like, we are here for a purpose. And so we want to make sure that we are living and we are moving towards the purpose that we have, that God has given us in this life. And so every day we have to work towards what that purpose is. And so being able to sit down and self-reflect, being able to look into your life, look into your journey as a mother, look into your journey as an individual, just anyone, sitting down to reevaluate things, because in motherhood, a lot changes. You change as a person when you have kids. I may have known Jasmine before Christian. But when I have Jasmine and Christian, it's almost like we're learning all over, and you're becoming a new person. And it's a beautiful experience, but also it's an experience that is unforgettable. It's unforgivable. With that, I can say in my own journey, my daughter really helped me to realize what my purpose was. Like, it was almost just like she came at the most amazing time. Because I needed that push. I needed I needed the opportunity to really sit down and reflect, and to think about what it is that I needed to be doing in my life. And so by her coming and the time that she came, it helped me to really get on the purpose track in life and what I was supposed to be doing. And so I can tell you, kids bring out a different side of you. Kids are a blessing. They are. And God has given us our kids. And we have to be able to cherish those moments. Yes, I know it's a lot. I know we're tired. I know you just want a break. I know that. But at the end of the day, the kids are a blessing. And as they are growing up, they're going to remember all of these moments. They're going to remember the sacrifice mom made. They're going to remember the sacrifice dad made. They're going to remember all of the family members that stepped in. They're going to remember every good, every bad, every ugly, every moment. They're going to remember that. But one thing they are going to know is that mom, she never stopped fighting. She got tired, but she never gave up on me. She kept pushing forward. And so, yes, I know in the time, moms want to, have those moments where you just want to break down, you want to cry. And please believe, as a mother, I've had plenty of them, plenty of them. And so, with that, one thing I can say, just in the preparation and the prayer part of that, being able to realize that it's all a part of the process. And my process is my process for a reason, because it's leading to something greater. And as we lead into execution, that's huge. The executing the part, and I always tell Dr. Erica, I said, I love to see visions turn into reality, because it's huge. We may be talking about what we want to do. We may be talking about things God may have showed us, but it's nothing sitting on a paper if we're not moving towards the goals and ambitions that we want. So I'm going to use, if starting a business is your goal, we have to move towards those steps to start that business. If saving more money to purchase, and I'm just using a small example, if saving more money to purchase shoes for your son to play in the football game, you got to be able to set a budget. You may have to work a few more hours to see if you can get more funding to get those shoes. Whatever that process is, you have to be able to put it into small, measurable goals. And that's how you execute stuff. And with that, it's such a beautiful.
Okay, guys, again, we're having some technical difficulties here. So we're just going to go ahead and go to commercial really quick. All right. We're back in the huddle. Come on, heavyweight champion Jasmine.
Yes. So I'm just excited. When I tell y'all this, I love talking about just leading yourself, building those goals, like really stepping into the thriving side of life as you're balancing life, motherhood, entrepreneurship, and being able to get to a place where it's no longer survival mode. Like, we want to be able to thrive. We want to be able to do the things that really make us happy. And so, with that, oh, can y'all hear me?
We can hear you. We're having just a tad bit static. Not sure. That's
Oh,
you.
I'm not sure where it's coming from, but I
Okay.
don't hear it. Okay. So, but with that, we want to definitely make sure that we are setting the goals. When I tell you, goals are huge. Any job, any career you go to, their goals are huge. They're going to talk about that, because objectives, missions, really looking into visions of things, is all about goals. You've got to set a goal, and you got to work towards achieving that goal. And that helps to balance your life. That helps to balance entrepreneurship. That helps to balance you as a mother. That helps to balance you as an individual. And then also, too, the last bonus part is we're going to celebrate ourselves. Because, I mean, we've made a big step by getting to that part of executing. You've now achieved your goals. You've now achieved the accomplishments that you set out for yourself. And that's huge. So we're going to then celebrate ourselves. So here's the pat, 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 pat. We loving on us. That's it. We're loving on us because that's huge. Being able to celebrate the achievements. I mean, it could be even down to a lot of the different careers. I'm going to use mental health. When you're able to get your license, that's a huge, huge accomplishment because a lot of people can't even pass that test. So, look, all day. So, just thinking about it, like, and then for instance, even down to the NFL, a lot of people are not even chosen. So, if you are that one chosen, that's special. That's a goal accomplished. So, you got to think about different things. So, we have to be able to celebrate ourselves, be able to bask in that moment and know it's not you being selfish. This is your moment. Enjoy it. Like, you did that. Like with God at the top and God being the one that had led or orchestrated that accomplishment to happen. Powerful. Powerful. So my goal and my encouragement for tonight is to continue to push forward, continue to strive towards the goals and ambitions that you have set for yourself, for your children, for your family, and most importantly, your legacy. Because at the end of the day, when our time is over on this earth, the dash is what matters. That dash matters. What did you do? And so, you want to be remembered as being a legacy, leaving a legacy. You want to be remembered as someone that made a change in this world. And so it takes day by day, step by step. God allows us new mercies and new blessings every day. When we have the opportunity to open our eyes and be able to move forward in this world, that's God saying, I have more work for you to do. So please get up, my beautiful and faithful servant. Get up. Because this is not the end. We still got more to do, still more people to talk to, more smiles to give out. We still have more to do. So I hope that this word tonight was encouraging. I hope it was motivating, impactful. And I want you to continue to strive towards the goals that you want to do in your life to make your kids successful and happy. And so I will open up Q&A, and I'm excited to be here with you tonight.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you, champion, for bringing out your playbook on tonight. So, guys, now is the juicy part of the workshop. Now is Q&A. So, if you have any questions, you definitely could put it in the comment. And if any of our champions in the building have any questions, come on, let's go away. But before we do, let me go ahead and acknowledge some of the people that made comments in our private chat. I want to say first, Mr. First of all says, love it. She says, yes, tackling that big goal while focusing on the small step is so important. Then Mr. First of all said, man, my parents' sacrifices were unmatched. And yes, I remember every sacrifice, but didn't understand them until I became older. Never forget. And I always tell my children, I used to tell my children, wait till you become a parent. Just wait. Just wait. That's good. And then Ashley says, okay, guys, we got a lot of comments here. While you getting your questions together. Ashley said, yes, you are one yes away from your dream coming true. Like Jasmine said, all it takes is what? One miracle. That's it. She said, y'all looking good. Thank you, money champion. And to each of you who tuned in here with us on tonight, thank you. Come on, Q&A. Let's take us on in. Any questions? Okay, well, I have a question for my sissy Sandra here, because she is an entrepreneur as well as She hold down a 9 to 5 as well. Sissy, what areas did you find yourself, or do you find yourself, or if you find yourself struggling in those areas to be able to balance the two?
I would say time management.
That's a huge one.
It's time management. Being an educator and then doing decorating on the side, both of them require more than the time allotted. So I have to try to balance. And then I'm learning in the process that everything is not a yes. So I have to pick and choose what I want to say yes to and what I want to say no to. So it's my biggest thing is time management.
I love that. I would love to add to that. With time management, for myself, my phone is always with me. With the calendar, I love the calendar. I have an iPhone, but I love the calendar on there because you basically can schedule out your whole day. And they have other apps that are out there that can help you schedule your day. So for me, like when I'm going through and I'm saying, well, 6 o'clock, this is what I would like to do. 7 o'clock, I know from work, from 7 to 4, I'm working. So after work, I know I want to make sure I get the kids something to eat. I want to make sure I'm getting home. I'm doing what I need to do. And then at the end, I say, oh, it's bedtime. So just make, and that's just an example. But with that, I can tell you the calendar, like your phone, use your phone is very helpful. And there's so many different apps that will help with that. And then two, being able to, if you have like a handheld calendar, you can write in there the different tasks of your day. So that's helpful. And also being a former educator, that was very helpful also.
Thank you.
But
Yes.
not that, she also is an NFL mom. So
Yes, I love that.
it's like so much
Yeah.
into play with that. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, how we as moms, no knocks to the dads, but we as moms, we never kind of catch a break pretty much because it's like we wear so many hats. I'm talking about so many hats. And then at the end of the day, yes, like she said, we definitely have to take time for us. Self-care is the best care because if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of anybody else anyway. So it starts with you. So you have to put in time. You have to put time back, pour back in your own glass. We have to stop waiting for people to pour into our glass. Fill ourselves. It's good if you have somebody to pour into your glass. Yes, thank you, Jesus. But pour into your own glass because you have to replenish to be able to pour out. Your kids counting on you. If you marry, your husband counting on you. You know, then you have the job. You know, it's so many areas, especially in entrepreneurship. Exactly. You know, you're working for yourself, but still, if you're working out of your home, you're constantly trying to find something to do. Constantly. So floor is open for Q&A. Let's see. I think we have one here. It says, "What signs do you look for that tell you you're getting closer to your goals?"
That's a good one. That's a good one. With that, because I write down a lot of things, and it helps me because I may write down the different steps of that goal. And so I'll be able to kind of check off to say, okay, I've done that. And I'm going to use an example. I always like the car example. So when just say if you are purchasing a car, so you know that, hey, I need to check my credit. I need to see what's happening. If there's something you need to make some calls to your creditors, if it's something you need to get balances. So once you've done those certain tasks, you'll be able to make those check marks off. And I'm a big prayer. I pray about a lot of things, and God leads me in a lot of ways to say this was a good sign, this was a good move. This, it just kind of helped in that direction and getting that wisdom to know that, hey, we are moving in a good pace. So those are some of the things I use, but I would love to hear from our audience about some of the signs that they use also.
And with you being a business owner, what would you say was some of your signs that you knew when you were moving closer to your goals?
That's funny because I think oftentimes whatever sign I'm looking for, that's not the sign. It's it's something else. So that's why I laughed at that, because I create, like Jasmine said, I create space to see a sign, which is like she said, like I'm a writer. I have books all over. My husband can tell you, like I have journals all over the place that they're journals I write in, but then they're journals that are like my things to do, and my business plan that's written on 100 different sheets of paper, like just all kind of things. And so as I check off my list, as I put lines through it, that's like okay, like I'm getting it done. You know what I mean? So I'm able to say I'm getting it done. But as far as like a sign, I think God be really playing jokes with me. Just to kind of have little laughs here and there at my expense. Because I think I'm seeing a sign, and then sometimes it's not. But that would be that. But I did want to make a comment, when Sandra was talking about like the time management, and knowing not to say yes to everything.
Ooh.
And I was thinking to myself, as an entrepreneur, like there's a lot of room for us to give permission to ourselves to slow down, and set boundaries. And so I think as I've, been doing this, it's a matter of just telling myself, you ain't got to do everything. Like you got to slow down. It doesn't have to get done at this very moment. And the boundaries are for myself, not really for people, because I'm more likely to cross my own boundaries than other people. So being able to say to myself, hey, you don't have to, even when it comes to the kids, she can cry a little longer, he'll be okay. She don't need that right now. Or when it's to my husband, like he all right, like just like letting myself know that I don't have to overwhelm and overwork myself, so that I can do what I need to do. And because if I'm very busy, I'm not remembering.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna forget things, which means that I can't check those things off of that list, because I forgot, even though it's in my calendar, and that happens a lot. It could be in my calendar all day long, and I totally forget. I forget to even look at the calendar sometimes. I'm so busy trying to make sure I got my life together that I don't be having my life together. So and no one understands that. There's not much grace given to people in that space, because you like, girl, you write everything down, how you forget? And it's like real easy. I got 12 reminders, but I just didn't remember to do it. I'm sorry. So giving yourself permission, I wanted to say that, like really giving yourself permission to slow down and make those boundaries for yourself, that I won't overwork myself. I won't work past this time. I won't answer the phone past this time. I won't take this many clients past this time. I won't take on all the tasks. I will delegate things to people. Like just really kind of, setting that boundary and then sticking to it and holding yourself accountable to that space. So that's I just wanted to make that statement.
I love that. I want to add too. But you can go.
Because the forgetting thing, y'all know that comes with age too. So we must put that out there too. But no, it do, because I'm sitting up here as I have my question, and they kept going and coming, going and coming. So let me go ahead and get it out. But saying yes to everything, right? That's just let's think about the athlete. You see, the athlete, he's gonna say yes, even though he's hurt. Why? Because he don't want to lose his position. You see what I'm saying? So this is what, and this is, it goes back to kind of like, knowing who you are in God, and who, know who you are in you, and know who you are in God, knowing that wherever it's going to be at the end of the day. So you don't have to say yes because, oh, I may miss this opportunity. That means it just wasn't for you. That's just it. Maybe God has something bigger than that first opportunity. But by you saying yes to that, you don't missed out on the bigger opportunity. So, hey, that's just my take on it. So I had to bring the athletes in it because they do sacrifice themselves. I'm talking about on a daily basis. I don't care how hurt they may be, how tired they be. Maybe they still have to go out there and put their best foot forward. Why? Because they need a job. They want to secure their job, keep their job
I
secure.
agree. I agree, and it's very connected to being an entrepreneur. That's why I love that Jasmine can come and speak about that, because as an athlete, you know, it's your bread and butter. So you're afraid to, like you said, to lose, you know, that opportunity. And as an entrepreneur, you might be afraid to lose that event or lose that client, you know, or lose that customer. But you said it best, and this is something that we struggle with wrapping our heads around, and that's the whole. It's okay. Every client is not the client for you. Every event is not the event you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Every opportunity is not the opportunity for you. And I guess at the end of that's why I laughed about the signs question, because then that's my sign. When I have my boundary, when I stick to what I said I was gonna do, and that opportunity passes me by, that's my sign.
Oh,
That's when I
true.
know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's when I can say, okay, I can check that off because I am closer to my goal, because that wasn't the thing that was going to pull me there. So that's right there. That's how I see it.
That's it.
Oh, y'all, these champions bring it up.
And to add on to what you said, Ebony, you get your sign also when you pass it by and it doesn't bother you from your decision.
Girl, there you go. And then to add on to that one, then another one comes to the door. Then somebody else come
Yeah,
knocking with
yeah,
something greater, with something, but that becomes the sign. And that's when I'm laughing at God, like, you couldn't do that the first time. Like, why you had to
it,
take me through all of that?
that part.
But okay.
That's it. Look, I want to add something to that because y'all made some beautiful points. I think about too, like they say, yes, man. And so I can tell you in my past, I was a yes girl. I was a yes girl, and it was because of a lot of trauma that I had faced. And going through the healing part of things, I became no. No, well, unfortunately, I may not be able to handle that because a lot of times you think about some stuff we may say yes to, we could be putting ourselves in a deeper hole
Yes.
because one, we've overextended ourselves because we have a lot already on. As mothers, we have a lot on our plate already. Add on top of entrepreneurship, add on top of life, like like all three of them, like like they say, all three of them, like all of them, like add all of that on there, you don't have time, like. So one thing I can say is, of course, we make time for what we're able to make time for, but it is okay, and we do not have to feel guilty to say no.
Right.
And I feel like growing up, sometimes you may, just maybe it could be like how you were raised or different things going on. You may feel guilty to say no, but sometimes a no is needed, because you could be putting yourself in a deeper situation. And I would like to use this really quick example, but in one of the positions that I had some time back, God had already told me to leave that position. And out of fear, I stayed an additional year. And when I tell you that year was filled with a lot of chaos, a lot of overwhelm, it was basically because I was not following what God had asked me to do. Because God, I'm like, okay, so what's next? I don't have nothing lined up. What am I supposed to do? God had already told me it was time to leave.
You know what? That's good that you just said that. Ashley, I promise you we're going to get to your question.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
It's so juicy because I'm telling you, this is just how God worked, y'all. I just literally had that conversation with somebody this morning.
Wow.
We're always talking about what God told us to do, but is it really God?
Mhm.
Because sometimes, we know that God works best in that uncomfortable place. So maybe the turmoil and everything that you were going through, it was birthing something. So that's the thing. We don't like to go through the it's in that place. But sometimes he have us in positions to go through some things so it could birth something out of us. But I had this powwow with myself too, because I'm quick to say, oh, God told me. But did he really tell you? Or was it just what Erica wanted at the time? You see? So we have to really tune in with God and get that personal relationship and then be able to hear his voice and know and distinguish, is it me that want it? Or, is it God telling me? So I'm talking about literally just had that conversation with somebody today. That's just the way he works.
Yeah.
So I actually said,
For sure. In that situation, it was him.
I'm speaking the truth, because sometimes too, and this is juicy. Actually, I promise, this is juicy too, because sometimes in the trauma that we deal with, what happened? Child, I'm stepping all in your mental health thing. But sometimes sometimes the trauma that we deal with, you know what I'm saying, will make us run when things get too hard. And that's not the time to run. It's time to push in that place right there. It don't feel good. Trust and believe. And you be like, God, hold on now. Well, you still got me, like, for real. But instead of focusing on the problem, see some kind of light at the end of the tunnel. Focus on the solution. What am I gaining from this, God? What do you want me to get from this? So my daily cry now, I done changed it. Lord, don't fix it, fix me. Because sometimes I'm the problem. You know what I'm saying? We always want to do this, but no, sometimes it's me because of that little girl that didn't heal. You see what I'm saying? And in our adulthood, oh, hallelujah. In our adulthood, you have that kid that's crying out and trying to get out and trying to heal. But at the same time, too, God is bringing the situations to get you healed, but we're running. We're not giving him his time to let him do what he do. We just run it, you know? But Ashley says, how do you stay motivated when things, how do you stay motivated when things get tough?
For me, I think about the purpose.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I was gonna say, and it's funny because this has been like the theme of therapy with all my clients the last 3 weeks. Remaining motivated, because we all find ourselves in spaces where we lack motivation, and the reality is this: if it's something that you want and that you truly desire to do, motivation will exist. If you're noticing that you're not motivated, it's because it's not something you yourself wanted. It was something that maybe society told you to do. It was something that family said it was a good idea. It was something that even your therapist might have recommended, and you want to show up in the space because you know that it lines up with what is right or normal. But when you know, when it's something that came to you, it was something that you birthed out of you or God birthed through you, then the motivation is there. And even when you don't feel like it, you still do it.
That's
You know, because you don't, but you do it because there's a peace. So when you talk about that trauma, when you talk about it's things that make you run away, when you're in the chaos, if peace resides, you can maintain in that space of chaos because you're at peace. And then that's when you know, okay, God, this you making me stay. It wasn't you that wanted me to leave. You know what I mean? So I'm cool with sitting around because I'm at peace, even though they tugging and pushing and they are tapping into this space, because nobody talked to me like this since my mama talked to me like this. And that's why I don't talk to my mama no more. But I can maintain and not quit this job even though this boss thinks she my mama, right? Because I have peace. So that's a thing that we have to remind ourselves. And when it is tough, when you do find yourself feeling like I'm not as motivated, then you turn around and you have a conversation with the person who runs. You know what I mean? And you let that person tell you what they need, because that little girl knows what she needs. Like you said, if that little girl been hurt, she know what she needs. She just didn't have nobody to listen to her to express that. So you be the one to listen to yourself and say, oh, so we need to talk to somebody? Okay, let's find a therapist. Oh, I need to go get right with my cousin? Okay, let me go get right with my cousin. Oh, I need to apologize to the boss? Let me go apologize. Because the little girl, that person knows what they need so that we're going to be okay.
That makes sense.
I got it right. I almost jumped out this chair. I don't know if y'all saw that, but if I because he thought somebody was coming. Oh my Lord, look at you, God. Come on. Does your definition of success change as you go?
Yes. I could say yes. With that, because I feel like that's a good question. It's making me think about a lot of different scenarios. But I do believe sometimes we may rush to success sometimes. And I still put that in it being a part of the process, like you going through things. So I feel like as you're going through the different things that you may have to face, it may look a little different through that. But the end goal, of course, will always be the same. But sometimes going through those different processes, it takes you through different emotions, takes you through different periods in life. It takes you through a lot of different stages, I feel like. And of course, the audience can definitely add to that. But that's kind of just what I'm thinking a little bit.
I agree. I think that's accurate. We grow, we change, we mature.
Hmm.
And I think that's from at least for me when my idea of success starts to look different, it's because I'm starting to develop a different mindset.
Hmm.
Um, and my experiences are forcing me to see what I thought success was as different. As if I used to think that success meant how much money I was making, and then once I started making, those six figures, it was like this isn't success. It's something else. And then trying to establish that, and then you get to it. So as you realize that what the world has told you, what society has told you, isn't it, then there becomes this shift. At least for me. And as I grew my relationship with God, success became something totally different, because then I don't care as much if I made that much or not, but how impactful was I? Who did I help? You know what I'm saying? Who came back to me and told me that they did not go take their life because of the time I spent with them? You know what I mean? And so knowing that, I think Sandra mentioned purpose, like knowing that you find yourself in that space of purpose and you're actually doing what you've been called to do. And I'm blessed to say that in all of my ministries, I'm able to do what I'm called to do, and so I can say I'm successful in those in my life because I have been blessed to have ministries and callings, and I've been obedient to them. But when I wasn't obedient to those callings, I was struggling with figuring out success, and in this space of my life, I wasn't successful. I can say that I wasn't successful because I wasn't doing what I was actually supposed to be doing. So I think it's as you grow and you start to see life that your success or your idea of success changes.
Ooh, I want to add to that really quickly.
Something's happening. You
Yeah.
have to hear that before you add to that, Jasmine. We're gonna go
Hmm.
to commercial really quick, and then
Okay.
we'll be back.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. If you're not following us, please do go over to Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Mothers are motivated sons and NFL moms underscore coach. Is that on my end? Okay, thank you. And if you're not following us, please do. Also, follow us our website www.mothersaremotivatedsons.org. Please do see what we have coming up, but make sure you tell a mom to tell a mom to tell plenty of moms to come on in this huddle inside this locker room. Come on, champion, Jasmine.
Yes, yes, yes. So, Ebony made an amazing point, like because through success, it's not just all about money sometimes.
Mm.
And money does not equate to happiness. A lot of people with society, they make it look that way. But you can look at some of the wealthiest people in this world. They're the loneliest people. And that's because all of they thought success was just money. Okay, well, now they're left with their money. So, with that, I will say, as she said, finding purpose, finding what makes you happy, finding things that you are passionate with. Like, definitely, kids bring so much love. They bring so much needed love. And some people, for some moms, like that is success. Like, I am successfully making my kids happy. I am successfully providing for them and doing everything that I can. As you are building your businesses and getting it to a place that it will be able to be self sufficient, that will bring happiness because you're not, you're not in the survival mode anymore. You're able to have more freedom with your time, more freedom with your family, more freedom to do the things that you really want to do. So success may look different to a lot of people. And like I said, it's not all about money sometimes. Money's very helpful. Yes, it is. But it alleviates so many problems. But it's not the end all be all. So yes.
And I want to piggyback off what you said. It's not that people are just making success, making themselves look successful by, because you said the loneliest people, people with money are some of the most lonely people. It's not what they're giving us; is sometimes our perception of them. You see, it's not always because they are putting out. How you think their business is gonna sell? They got to make it look good, right? So the thing is yes, we know that money can't buy happiness, but the thing about it is, again, it's again, like I said, it's perception. It's all about perception, and just it at the end of the day. And she said consistency is important because it will put you towards your goal when your motivation may be low. And we know as mothers, we feel like we don't have enough time in the day, so sometimes our motivation can be very, very low. And we got 24 hours in a day, but Em said the other day she needs 36. And that's just it. But we've been all the women been taking over. Mr. First of all, we want to hear from you as a father. We hey, as a new father. Congratulations on my Okay, but as a new father, what is it like for you now? Because your husband, you also have older kids, but now you guys have a new baby in the house. So what is that like for you? I know you sometimes you have to go out for work, and do you want to leave your little girl sometimes? Like, come on, tell us a little bit about that on the dad side.
Oh man, it's easy peasy, man. It ain't no thing but a chicken wing. No, I'm gonna tell you, it is it's very difficult, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because what y'all don't know about me, myself, and I wanted to make a comment on about the success. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a vendor. I do a specialty dish, a delicacy. I make conch salad, and I make batter and everything. But making that balance of being a new father, even though I'm a father of two, but me being the first having my first own, that balance is real difficult because one, in the morning I get up, I uh I train a young man early in the morning, then I come home, take a shower. Ebony is either feeding the baby, changing the baby, or sleep with the baby. Uh, so I get my little quick little 4 or 5 minutes in, get in the shower, and then I'm gone. Then I'm gone all day. It's not many times that we get to speak during the day because either she's working, and I'm working. I have a lunch period, but when I'm on lunch, she's working, so we don't get to talk that much. Maybe a text here and there. And then from that, I go to practice. And then I get home around this time, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I still have to figure out, okay, I have a wife I have to give time to. I have my other son, my other daughter. I give them a little bit of time. And then I have to give the baby a little bit of time so we could have a bond. So it is very difficult, and I'm not the greatest at it, and I'm vulnerable. I'll tell you right now, I'm terrible. but I try my best because it's new to me, you know. And I'm tired, like literally. I don't sleep much through the night. I'm always up. One, because the baby, you know, I be nervous, man. I don't even know. Hey, that baby make any noise, I'm up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm look, and then Ebony have to look at me. She all right, go to sleep. So that's me going on and off like every 30 minutes to an hour. So it is very difficult. I hope I answered the question because I'm gonna tell y'all another thing about me. I don't have 9 concussions, and I talk and I go left, right, and I don't even know if I even answered the question. The question. So did I answer the question?
You did.
All right. So let me get back to the success thing, right?
Okay.
So success for me, it changed, right? So my first success was me making my first sale, you know,
Mhm.
and then from that I'm like, okay, I don't make a little money, so people actually like this, right? So how can I improve, or what should I add to make this thing grow? And I actually really built my business in one day. I was selling yeah, I was selling conch salad at the team camp in Miami Gardens, because I used to work for Miami Gardens, City of Miami Gardens Park and Rec, so I knew everybody. And I was like, how can I make some money? So I started selling conch salad to the team group. So while I was there, they was like, oh man, Speedy, man, this conch salad good. You don't make conch fritters? I didn't make comforters, y'all. But guess what I said? Yeah. I got some comforters, yeah. So I called my brother because he know how to make the batter. I called him for the recipe, and I went home. I tried it. Boom. I made a couple of comforters. Then I took it right back. All this in the same day. Took it back to that same group. They started eating the comforters. Like, oh man, it's good, man. Boom, boom, boom. You know what'll go good, man? You should have some you should have like some type of drink to go with it. You had like some tea or something? I didn't have no tea, y'all. But I guess what I said. Yeah. I got some tea. So I remembered one of my church members made this concoction at the church, and it was delicious. I didn't remember all the ingredients, but I remember one of the main ingredients to help give it the extra flavor. I went home, I made it. And I went back there, started selling. So I made my business, and one. It's more to the story, but I can't, I'll leave it at that.
That's good.
That was
Yeah,
That one day, and Jasmine spoke about all you need is what? One miracle. You
one
see,
miracle.
spoke of one miracle. But I tell you what, I want to have a comp back. I want to have a comp back because my sister here, she make up. I don't eat it, y'all, but she made that comp salad too, y'all, and then you make comp salad too. But
Ooh.
first of all, he beat 60. He made the Bahamian kind, girl. I don't know how good it is because I don't eat it, but I'm sure it's good because he be. I always see it on social media, girl. I mean, tons of it seems like, So if you guys are in Miami area, come on, let's promote. This is what we do here. Let's promote our businesses on tonight. Jasmine, you're the entrepreneur champion. So, Mr. First of all, you have the floor you have a couple seconds to go ahead and promote your business. Oh, God.
Okay. Oh, that's what's up. So I'm Mr. First of all, of course, but the name of our company is Stir It Up Comp, and
yeah.
because of how so in football, my mom came with this thing called Stir It Up. We used to have a dance, Stir It Up, go like this. So because how I make my batter, I layer it batter, conch. So when you get the batter, you have to stir it up. So that's how I came up with the name. You can reach me at 561-497-7114. Just call, give me a day. I make it fresh. That day is made to order, cooked to order, however you say it. So you can just call me up anytime, any day but Sunday. That's my day off.
Okay, spell that for me. STIRUPCONCH. Stir it up,
So
comp.
it's stir up my last name at the top, and
Okay,
then
hold
it's stir is STIR dash IT dash UP.
on. Okay, and the number.
561-497-7114.
All right, that is Mr. First of all, stirred up. Come on in, Ed. Come on in, Ed.
Why I'm coming in?
We're promoting businesses.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I told y'all I don't be joking. I be dead serious.
That's
Okay,
good.
awesome. All right, I am Mrs. First of all, Ebony Stirrup, Epiphany Counseling and Professional Services, where we do offer individual counseling, marriage and family counseling, along with premarital counseling, family counseling, and all forms of group therapy. So you can give me a call at 954-744-4369. We do take insurance. We take Cigna. We take Aetna. We take United Healthcare, AvMed. I will be taking Florida Blue starting August 15th. So we do take insurance, and you are also able to reach me through sliding scales and financial contracts. So if you do not have insurance, but you cannot financially make that happen for yourself to seek out therapy, don't hesitate to give me a call. My goal is to assist you through that journey. Finances is not a concern when we're trying to help our mental health. So don't hesitate to reach out, and I can help the best way that I can. Again, that is Epiphany Counseling and Professional Services.
Spell that for me. Oh, give me the correct spelling.
EPIPHANY Counseling and Professional Services.
And where can they find you?
They can find me. I am located in Miramar, Florida.
All right. Let's go ahead, Mrs. Sandra Perryman.
Okay, I'm Sandra, the owner of 10K Creations, where we take your dream, your vision, and make it a reality. You can contact me at 786-505-5519.
Hold on, run it back. Y'all too quick for me, boy.
Oh, sorry, 786-505-5519.
Okay.
And in addition to doing event decor, I do Crocs and jump socks.
All right. Come on in, heavyweight champion, Jasmine.
Oh, well, listen, let me say, I'm loving this. I'm loving everybody here tonight has a business, and that's powerful. So the legacies are already being built, and that's beautiful. So my business is Black Mompreneur. So BLACKMA, and then preneur like entrepreneur. So PRENEUR. So what we do is we provide goal success coaching and transformational speaking for mothers that would like to rebuild and regain themselves in motherhood to prepare them for entrepreneurship. We're helping them build legacies one day at a time. And in our business, we also do have a show aspect also, and it's called The Voice for Her. So in our mom unity, we are real women experiencing life as mothers, discussing real topics. So it's a brand. We offer a lot of different services, but I'm just gonna hit you with the first two.
We contact you.
Yes. So with that, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, it is under the business name Black Mompreneur.
Okay. Facebook, TikTok,
and Instagram, and then our business number is 678-459-4397.
Listen, y'all ain't ready. Y'all not ready. And listen, at a time like this, entrepreneurship is at an all-time high. So don't get stuck if you're not seeing progress, because it's definitely coming. You know, you're going to get out what you put in at the end of the day. Don't give up if it seems a little hard. Just keep putting your best foot forward. Even in the times where you feel like, man, I just don't feel like it. Try to push through. And in another case, if your body telling you to sit your butt down, sit your butt down. I'm telling you, because everybody done told me plenty of times, rest, Erica, rest. But as again, when you're an entrepreneur, especially if you're working out of your home, you're always trying to find something to do. And the bad part with my business is in my room. So I go from my bed back into my in the studio, and I'm like trying to figure out ways to do things. So, but at the end of the day, listen to your body, listen to, get your rest, take care of you, replenish yourself at the end of the day. And shouts out to everyone that's here that's doing a darn thing, because let me tell you something, all of us have gifts that God has loaned us. And we just have to utilize them. And then if we have all of this, y'all, do you know the circle that you're in matters? You don't have to go out and solicit anything, because look at, not just that they're helping out moms, they have their own businesses as well. They have so much other things that's going on. So it's a one-stop shop. Y'all don't pass mom by. Tell a mom to tell a mom to tell plenty of moms to come on in and get inside this Huddle in Mom's Locker Room of Legacy. We're waiting for you. So Jasmine, in closing, do you have anything for us?
One thing I can say is, one, it's been an amazing opportunity to be here, to be encouraging and motivating. One thing I will say, any idea or passion that God has given to you, move forward on it. Now, sometimes He may not give us the exact time of when things are going to sprout off, but throughout time, as you're building that business, as you are working towards that goal, in that right moment, it's going to happen. And we have to be ready. We have to be ready. And so that's why it's purpose in the process. And so we're not going to skip stages. We're not going to rush through it. We're going to allow God to take us through it. And so I really appreciate the opportunity once again. It's so amazing to be around like-minded people, entrepreneurs, and people that are really passionate about purpose and living their best life. And so that's what we're here for. So thank you again.
Woo. Thank you, Miss Jasmine, for bringing out your playbook on tonight. You did the third thing. But do remember, guys, we have Black Mompreneur in the house. We have 10K Creations. We have Epiphany Counseling and Professional Services. And we have Stirred Up. Did I say that? Stirred Up Cup? With Mr. First of all, the question now, moms. Hey, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their friend, mama, sister, cousin, brother about all of these businesses, because you never know what one may need. And trust me, we're putting it out there because we them people, y'all. We them people. So trust and believe. We thank you all, for each and every one of you, for tuning in here with us tonight. Man, I'm telling y'all, listen, Eb and Mr. First of all and Jasmine, y'all don't even know. Y'all got my sissy to talking. She be trying to stay in the background. So I think, you see, I put her out there, right? I asked her the question. So that's all right. She coming around. She coming around. But God bless each and every one of you. And again, thank you so much for tuning in here with us tonight for Mom's Locker Room of Legacy. We have more to come. Jasmine, who do we have coming up next?
So who do we have coming next? Ooh.
What today is?
Today is Thursday. So
Naomi.
Okay. So Naomi will be coming next, which is our nutrition champion. And she will be joining us next Monday. And so please make sure that you tune in at 7:30 to join her and all of us in the workshop, because it's going to be amazing. And she's coming with her playbook. So be ready to learn, be ready to be filled with everything that you need. And so please make sure you're there.
Thank you all for tuning in. Come on, y'all. Give me some hugs. Yeah. And the virtual love, because I love each and every one of you. And there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. And give my niece some love. She's getting so chunky, y'all.
She can feel it.
Oh, thank you. Until next time, guys. We love you here at Mom's. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.